She's recording. I'm recording. So you go sit over there.
Okay. Raise your hand if you've ever created a budget and you didn't stick to it.
What's a budget?
Put your hand down. Raise your hand again if you've ever spent money one weekend and you were afraid to check your bank account. So we all have been. We've all committed these serious budgeting crimes. When it comes to planning and maintaining a budget, there are effective and simple ways for young professionals to create a budget and to stick to it. Today we're going to talk about bad budgeting practices that we all know that we do, ways to budget, and why it's important to create a budget. At this time, we're going to talk about bad budgeting practices. The first bad budgeting practice is not creating a budget. Am I right?
Yeah.
According to Rupert Gansar from Rotha IRA, there are two fears when it comes to creating a budget. Fear of the unknown. You don't know how to start a budget. You don't know if you should go to someone or if you should just write out what you have and what you should just throw money at. The second fear is fear of accountability. I don't want to be accountable for my budget. I want to blame someone else for this. When you spend a lot of money and you think like, oh, someone must have broken into my account because there's no way I spent all this money, but when you track it, you're like, wait, that was actually me. Another bad budgeting practice is lack of inconsistency. I can create a budget today, and by Thursday, I have already ruined that budget. Whether it's by overspending or compromising things that I don't need, lack of inconsistency hurts your budget. Now that we've talked about bad budgeting practices, we're going to talk about ways to budget. The first way is a way that we've all practiced, we all know him, the infamous financial guru, Dave Ramsey. Dave Ramsey created, he is like many of us. He has been in debt. He's been in a lot of debt, and he's created a way to help millions of people get out of debt through something called Financial Peace. Now, our church recently did Financial Peace, and although I don't have any debt, it was really helpful to understand how easy it is to lose track of your money. Yeah. During the workshop, we had a lecture, and we have this worksheet where you can write down every single thing that you spend money on. And I thought that was really helpful in creating a budget, just because you can put a budget that's personal and then realize food is personal, makeup is personal, hair is personal, shoes is personal. Anything can be personal. So when you do it that way, it doesn't really help. But Dave Ramsey, when he has Financial Peace, it breaks it down to your car loan, car gas, like things that are really specific in helping your budget. Another thing that helps budgeting are apps and websites. According to ourfreakybudget.com, if you go on the website, it gives you the top 15 best budgeting apps that most young professionals use, and most importantly, they're all free.
Yay! What's the name of that? Let me get that down.
www.ourfreakybudget.com.
Our Freaky. All right.
Yes. For my own personal application, I use an app called Mint. Now, Mint connects my bank account to my spending. So every week I get an email and it tells me what I've spent. And some weeks look better than others, and other weeks I'm like, did I really spend $90 at a restaurant? But it helps me see where my money is, and I get an alert on my phone every time. What I also like about Mint is that Mint is that it's an app created by Chase. So you can check your credit score, apply for loans and stuff like that. And lastly, if you are not tech savvy at all, hire a personal accountant. I know it sounds like something really old-fashioned, but if you feel like I actually need someone to help me and walk with me, personal accountants are great people they know that this is their personal job. They've went to school for this, they've been trained on how to effectively manage a budget. Now that I've told you about ways and applications to budget, I'm going to tell you why it's important to budget. The most important reason to budget is to get out of debt. Am I right? Raise your hand if you have ever accumulated any kind of debt.
Oh, yeah.
We all have school debt, personal debt, and sometimes I remember I got a call one day from the library that I owe $80 for a book I haven't returned like 10 years ago. And I still haven't returned the book, and I still owe $80. So that is the debt that I have. So it's easy to accumulate. It's so easy this day and age to accumulate debt and not track it. Another reason why we want to create a budget is because it helps create financial security. I feel like when I'm saving and I'm budgeting correctly, I can check my account and think like, I feel like a full-grown adult, because nothing is more adults than having a savings account and having money in that account and knowing you have the freedom to spend this money. Let me end by saying this. Creating a budget or checking your account will no longer be a fear. Today we've talked about bad budgeting practices, budgeting techniques, and the importance of budgeting. Jacob Luz once said, "The budget is not just a collection of numbers, but an expression of our values and aspirations." Any questions?
Mint.com.
Any questions?
No.
I'm just wondering why you looked over here when you said
It's our
that you're not tech savvy.
Our
Freaky.
Our freaky budget.
Oh.
our
Our.
freaky
You have it right
freaky
here. It's
budget.
freaky.
Our
Kevin and
If you'd like, I can
Our
send
freaky budget.